All right, so the next topic is going to be the controversial, I guess, Obi-Wan show.
Controversial.
Yeah, there's a lot of crap going on about the Obi-Wan show.
So did you like it? I loved it.
There we go.
Yeah. I mean,
What about the last episode?
I just think it was the weakest episode. Like, you didn't move too forward in the story. It was just like a escape or rescue episode that was kind of like, do we really need this right now? We want to move forward with the whole story of Vader and Obi-Wan. Yeah. But as a whole, I love the show so far. I think what Nate was saying was the controversy of, is it messing up the canon of the story? And
in some parts,
some characters that people don't like.
How in episode 5 when the ghosts of Obi-Wan and Yoda are standing there, Obi goes like, "That boy's our only hope." No, there's another. Well, he totally forgot about Leia. Like,
did you just call her Leia?
Leia.
Who said that?
Oh, and
Obi-Wan knew or Yoda knew?
Dude, in
episode 5 when Luke leaves Dagobah to go rescue Han and Leia, Obi-Wan's like, "No, don't go." And then as he goes, he's like, "That boy was our only hope."
Because I'm thinking they're more, because what they're really doing is they're trying to play with words. Like, we didn't specifically say he didn't know Leia, but we also didn't say she was the savior because we were hoping it was Luke because he has the Force. We know Leia doesn't really have the Force.
And I can understand that, but still, for the old man to be standing there as a ghost, also, it's not like he's human already. He's a ghost, so he should have knowledge beyond. Mm-hmm. And he has no clue that Leia is a Jedi. Has Jedi power.
But she wasn't trained.
But still,
that's what I was saying.
He should be able to read that anyways.
Read what?
That she has the Force.
Yeah,
he probably didn't think she was good enough to stop Vader. That just freaking destroyed.
But that's the problem. Doing it in the show, he sees how good she actually is.
But
that was my problem.
He sees her as, damn, she's really smart for her age. She's gonna be a great Senate.
Okay, and exactly. So as she got older, if you are a wise man as he's supposed to be, then you're gonna understand. Okay, yeah, there is another.
He knows that.
He doesn't even have to say that. He doesn't have to say the boy's the only hope. Oh wait, no, there is another.
Yeah, but he wasn't thinking that she could stop Darth Vader.
But he could say that's another one. You know, and I'm mad at Yoda too. Yoda should have turned around and said like, "Hey, Indy, don't you know about the girl?"
Yeah.
But they
remember you rescued her.
Play with what they said is pretty much what they're doing. Like what me and Nate had a conversation the other day was when he said when Obi-Wan and Vader were right before he killed Obi-Wan, he said first. Say it. Go ahead.
When I left you, I was but the learner.
I know.
I am the master.
So that means they have to have another fight.
So he totally forgot about that fight too.
What do you mean?
Because they fought in episode 3
With Mustafar.
Yeah. No. In the
No, but there's supposed to be another rematch fight.
Because the only way they can still make sense if they have like another fight with them where Obi-Wan kind of whoops him.
That's
the only way. Yeah, that's the only way because when he says when I the last time we met I was with a learner.
Basically, he's saying it's like the last time we met, you beat me.
Yeah.
So,
it was a Mustafar. But that's what they're saying. They're playing with words, making you think the last time we fought was a Mustafar, and now we're knowing.
Which is probably going to be
another time they did meet.
They're probably going to meet again on Mustafar again.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
So if they do that, then they'll fix that problem.
So what they're saying now is that he said, flashing back, Obi-Wan left Vader on Mustafar.
No.
But he said, last time I left you, meaning I'm the one that walked away from you. So who do you think wins this fight? Is it Obi-Wan or is it Vader? In the next rematch for the next couple episodes.
Here's what I was thinking. So it's going to be weird to say this because we know we're getting to season 2. So it kind of throws everything off. But what I was thinking was going to happen was they're going to have a rematch and then Obi-Wan does beat him. He schools him in every way. But something happens. Maybe someone comes and rescues Vader and attacks and it causes Obi-Wan to potentially fall off a cliff or something like that. Like it basically looks like Obi-Wan's going to die and Vader leaves. That's why he when I left you. But he uses that fake death to basically get himself out of this whole entire situation, go back to Tatooine.
Vader was chasing him down, but if he fakes his death, then Vader's gonna be
why would he say something when the last time we met, I was gonna learn?
Because
I said learning anything.
Obi-Wan beat him. He schooled him in
you learn from your defeats.
But but what else can you interpret that as?
Well, remember
I'm going to sit you down, Vader. I'm going to show you how to use the dark side. What is he learning at that point?
That's my point.
This show shouldn't have happened at that point. Because if I was but the learner, now I am the master, made no sense, then there's no way to explain it at this point.
Yeah,
well, there's a video that I saw saying that he might be talking about, I was still learning the ways of the dark side when you were so great in the ways of the Jedi.
Yeah,
based on I was learning still.
In
now
episode
I'm here to kill you.
Like Revenge of the Sith.
Right.
So now they have this other fight. He's already past him at the point of being a master. He's a freaking god in the dark side. So it doesn't make sense.
The continuity. It is if he schools him, like you said.
Exactly. But it's still it's a continuity thing because he's still a master of the dark side, even if he loses to Obi-Wan.
Yeah, the only way they can face it is they have another match and Obi just wipes the floor with them.
Like Obi-Wan in his even at this point, I know he's still he appears rusty and he's not in tune with the Force, but Obi-Wan, if he were ever to fight Vader at how he was at Episode 3 when Revenge of the Sith, he'd probably smack Vader easily because he was able to keep up with Prime Anakin doing all this freaking crap and viewing all that stuff. Darth Vader can't even lift his arms up, so the mobility is not there anymore. Obi-Wan is, like I said, he was able to keep up. He was able to keep up with General Grievous.
The whole life without being able to jerk off.
What is that?
No!
Pretty sure he burned off his penis. So Obi-Wan's weakness has always been, and this is including in the Clone Wars, is that when he's not in tune with the Force, he's helpless.
I think that's probably the same thing for every Jedi.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm sure. But when he's not in tune with the Force, he's out of it. He was just caught by surprise that Vader was still alive and he's freaking snapping people's neck. So why do you think Vader left him alive? He could have jumped on the fire.
Because they don't know how to write a good show.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. Because when I saw that, I'm like, Vader can just go.
Because
he literally walked through fire.
Regardless if Obi-Wan was in tune with the Force or not, that it's not a question of Obi-Wan, it's a question of Vader. The way they portrayed Vader in that episode was kind of weird. And then even in that episode 4, this was something that really made me mad. At the end, we got furious Vader showing up and force choking Reva, and then lets her go, as if she planned. Vader has killed people for less. Vader has killed people for just the sake of killing people.
He almost choked one of his generals in episode 4.
He has choked his generals. He's killed countless people.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Grandma Tarkin, he would have killed him.
Yeah.
Tarkin.
Tarkin.
I'm messing up the names today.
What are you talking about, man?
I have no idea what the fudge I'm fussing about.
Anyways, I was gonna say because in the third episode when Vader's put him in the fire and lets him go, I was like, oh, he's just he's toying with Obi-Wan because he wants to come back to him later. But then in the next episode he gets really mad and he's like, why are you mad if you let him go?
Vader, we know, would have killed everybody.
Yeah,
no question that.
And then when that episode ended, the next episode I was like, oh, I hope that they open up showing how he escapes or something like that. It's nah, they were already out. They didn't even show them getting to the ship. They just left. And then what made me even more mad was seeing that Vader was also back at his base. He was just doing his own thing. He was in the back thing. So it's it appeared like there was no effort put into stopping Obi-Wan from leaving. And another thing with the Reva thing, she planted a tracker in Lola, planning for people to come and rescue her. You see,
she knows she was gonna get away.
How does she know? It didn't make sense. The continuity here doesn't really make sense.
And that part, that was just probably a backup plan. I'm gonna put
but
this.
Why is it gonna have a backup plan?
Just in case.
But it's just such a specific backup plan.
Well, yeah, it is, but it's still a backup plan.
Unless she put that there, expecting her to get saved so that they could find the base where all the rebels were.
But that's planning for your current plan to fail.
Right.
I
Well,
think
they did it in episode 4 when they went to rescue Leia. And
rescuing Leia again.
exactly, freaking Leia, you suck.
That's why Obi-Wan didn't. That's how Star Wars always is. They always do the same thing over and over. And always
Now that I think about it, yeah.
I think my issues with the show, because I do kind of like it still. Like it's just I feel like besides it not having its own real identity, is that the the show doesn't really need to happen. It doesn't need to exist
No,
because
that's true, but
because
yeah,
it's primarily about Leia and Reva right now. Why didn't we just get a Leia and Reva show? Like that's my thing. It's like why did you have to put Obi-Wan in it besides just selling the freaking show? Like that, and that's
Exactly.
That's what Christian said, even though he only sees this. I want to see he's just like leaning weirdly in like with the cloak.
You want to know the role in the Star Wars movie? That show? Like, yeah, of course. You're not gonna talk though.
You're gonna stand right there.
It's such a cop out because they think that Leia wouldn't sell. Like if you made a Leia show, that would be dope as freaking heck. Because you can show.
And I would like to know how these people run in that area.
This is the most botched recording I've ever freaking done.
Oh, no, right, he's going outside.
If you go to
What is wrong with doing a fan service?
it's kind of
That's
like
the way it's done.
it's the way it's done, and it's like having Obi-Wan in the show was already fan service. Like that's how it feels like.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan feels like a side character in the show.
For me, my question is, well, what is the problem with that? I mean, we want to watch shows, you know, and you can make them all perfect.
It's content for the sake of content. That's what
Okay,
that's
but
what it is.
that's my point.
There's
we
no
want to
substance
watch-
behind it.
We want to watch something, right? And we like Star Wars, we like DC, we like Marvel. What's wrong with that?
That's what every
I don't-
company does.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Sell toys, get merchandise,
Yeah.
get money, get rich.
That's what this is all about. You know, that's why they have a Batman poster and stuff like that.
I like the show.
I like this show.
Money.
And I know what you're saying. It's commercial. It's commercial. That's what it is. It's commercial. And they, I mean, we're criticizing every bit of it because we're fans of well, you forgot about the episode 4 plot, but that's fine. You just rewatch the movie and you'll be back.
Just rent it.
Yeah.
Give me money.
But and we see all the faults in it. Well, you know, this is fault. This is a fault right here. This is a fault right there. And we see all that. But I mean, it's gonna be impossible to make it work in perfection. You know?
As much fan service or whatever the case may be, I would rather watch this than episodes 7, 8, and 9.
Oh, yeah, that's not the question.
Yeah.
And honestly, I know,
Yeah.
but here's my thing.
Fan
It's
service all day.
It's
I don't
like
care.
you could have made fan service with just making a Leia Reva show. I feel like they didn't think that they could make and sell a Leia show.
And you know, you could be right. Maybe.
And that's stupid.
But
because
they also, I feel like they're feeling it out because now Reba might be getting her own show.
I hope not.
So maybe
you get her own show.
Yeah, so they're saying she good, and then maybe a Leia show will come out of it. So it's like a backdoor pilot for other stuff.
But
Backdoor.
that's what I'm saying. Why use such a legacy character for that?
Because with him, you know everybody's gonna watch it. Water.
But that's what makes it worse for a lot of people. I feel like some people might not understand. That makes it worse for the entire situation because this is a legacy character, and you're treating him like as if he's just kind of like a guinea pig. Like a lot of people were expecting him to like have Clone Wars comebacks and stuff like that. Like I don't really care for that. Like at least show how the relationship between Luke and Obi-Wan was so strong for Episode 4.
Well, the Clone Wars is supposed to be done by now.
I know. I'm saying callbacks, like flashbacks. It could.
I think the whole point of this show was for the Obi-Wan Vader rematch that we're gonna get in either 5 or 6. Not the first butt whooping, but that rematch that everybody's been wanting to see. That's what people have been talking about. Is he gonna get strong enough to fight Vader?
I don't think anyone really wanted to see that. It's just everyone wants to see it now because the show exists. But I don't think anybody really wanted to ever see a rematch between Vader and Obi-Wan.
I mean, I never thought about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You never thought about it until the show came out.
Do not move to Tatooine, man. 5 years, man, you'll be looking like Logan.
It's kind of weird how close Leia and Obi-Wan got when they literally just met. It's like he's literally hiding her in a robe. He's holding her
Oh,
hand.
well, I mean, you gotta
saving her.
And then here's the other thing. It's like,
in consideration, yes, he's saving her.
here's the other thing.
How do you want her to walk her? You know, put her,
She did also.
So here's the thing, that scene shouldn't even have happened to begin with
It was
because
so
all the
obvious
freaking
that there's somebody-
stormtroopers, the stormtroopers are walking by her.
Oh,
and
yeah.
them. Like that whole thing
Well,
was.
remember
They're like this. They can only see here.
But here's the thing: how is it that in the first 3 movies, and even the somewhat the First Order, the stormtroopers, while they were stupid, they seemed more scarier than these people just walking by.
No, and the
an
thing is that
actual
they weren't even
criminal.
stormtroopers. They're like imperial, like
They're higher ups, so that means they're more elite than regular stormtroopers. You can guess.
Yes, using the Force.
No, dude. How is it that we still haven't gotten a Jedi mind trick?
I thought he was gonna do it when the guy had a gun.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah, he was like,
Yeah.
put the gun.
Well, because I think that's the development of the show.
Yeah,
he's going to
back
slowly
and forth.
be able to go back into using the Force and all that, and become the Jedi that he once was, or even better. That way, he can actually fight Vader and beat him, and then Vader can say in episode
Would you
4.
have rather seen Obi-Wan Vader rematch or Obi-Wan Maul rematch?
Actually, I was gonna say when the show was first initially announced, I thought it was gonna be Maul too.
There's a couple things that they could have fixed on this so far.
Yeah.
Which was the battle between Vader and that should have never happened.
Mhm.
That way, people don't get so controversial about
The fire.
Why you left him alive?
exactly. And the problem with Leia, I don't know how they would have fixed that, because that's the story. That's what the story is about.
Reva, they could try to push her less.
Well, but the thing with Leia is just don't have Leia in it. Give her her own thing. That's what I'm saying.
Because if she runs away next time, please cast her.
What's to stop people from they return her to her family and just kidnapping her again?
Dude, if Bail Organa is found out that he went to Obi-Wan to try to rescue Leia,
They'll kill him.
that's treason already. Like the Empire is on his freaking case.
So it doesn't matter. They're about to blow up this planet in a few years anyway.
This guy was the guy that actually contacted Obi-Wan Kenobi, right? Oh,
Yeah.
destroyed.
And she's
Like-
like scream for a second and forget she ever had a family.
Luke is gonna cry about Obi-Wan dying, and it's just like, oh, it's okay, don't worry. I have my whole
This
planet
old man was
destroyed.
cool. Yeah, he's pretty cool. Like you just make a young Leia show, and you would have been good.
Well, I heard they were gonna do like a teenage Leia show.
Of her going to the mall with her friends.
We know nothing about Leia for 19 years. We know a little bit more about Luke because obviously episode 4. The only time we see her is when she's already an adult. She's getting rescued. That's why I think that Leia would have been a perfectly fine show.
So you're criticizing a legacy character already by
But that's what
Obi-Wan.
But that's what I'm saying. Because they have Obi-Wan, but he only used Obi-Wan to sell
So
Leia.
so if
That's the thing.
so you can have a Leia show, you cannot bring anybody else. You cannot.
You don't
bring,
need to.
So it's gonna be Leia and brand new characters.
Yeah, that's totally fine. That's literally why Mando does so good. That's why Mandalorian is so good. Because it's a brand new
Original
character.
thing.
There's no old characters coming back except for Boba Fett, and it's only for a little bit when he. I don't want to hate the show. It's just
Yes, you do.
it's just things that just don't really add up.
Guy,
It's
I
everything.
can't hear you.
Listen, so it's like giving a dealing with a bunch of children, bro. Anyways, it's like giving Zelda to a third party, and you get the Wand of Gamelon. That's what
What's wrong with
this.
that?
It's like super discounted, great value.
What about Hotel Mario?
Hotel Mario. That's what it feels like. Because
Where's
it's like
Mario? Yeah. where's
this is a great franchise. Why are you trying to give it to people to mess it up?
Yeah, how about that Mario movie?
That's what this Obi-Wan show feels
You
like.
telling me that those were not real Goombas?
Well, the one with Chris Pratt's gonna be amazing.
When it first came out, when they were first talking about it, and I saw the first episode, when I started watching the first episode, I thought it was gonna be about that,
Me too.
about Obi-Wan and Tatooine and Luke and all that, and then it veered off to Leia. I like the fact that they were bringing in Leia, you know, just to say, okay, yeah, Leia's here also, but yeah, well, and then that's the reason why I brought up how come did he forget about Leia in episode 5 of the movies? Because he's spending so much time with her, you know.
But he's old, bro.
Oh,
Then what do you guys give the show so far? 1 to 10, ranking your person.
You know what? 10 out of... No, I'm kidding.
I know you guys are gonna hate it, but 7.
It's not that bad.
that's not bad.
It's not bad.
6.5. I like 0.5s.
I'll give it a 6.
I'll give it a 6.9.
I'll give it a 6 and wait for the next 2 episodes to change my rating.
I'll give it a 7.5.
Yes,
For the next episode too.
Yeah, because I need the last 2 episodes to see how they're trying to wrap it up. Because it could be because like this movie, like this show was supposed to be a movie, and I think they chopped it up to make it a show, and that's why it's kind of weird, and it just hasn't justified its existence yet because
They feel like they're finding
Hater.
yeah, well, I'm an Obi-Wan a hater.
He's Obi-Wan a hater.
And Nintendo hater.
I'm not a Nintendo hater. I love Nintendo. What are you talking about? I love this show too. To be honest with you, it's just
Oh, he loves it
it's-
now.
it's-
What-
Oh my god. This
Oh
guy.
my god! You know what?
Make up your mind.
Well, I don't know why.
Hater.
Sounds really sound.